Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel. Today we have the usual plan with me for last week in my Estelle A5 wide inserts. And this is pumpkin season from Scribble Prints Co. The last of my planned fall kits for now, but I think it's really good transition from fall into autumn into Halloween because you have some sort of spooky touches with the spiderweb pattern, and I'm going to add a little bit of spooky touches with the foil by using Caress Press hole protectors, some old Caress Press glitter headers to change up this foil bundle, as well as an old Halloween full box overlay that I made many eons ago in Australia when I had a setup. And this is the Leaves foil bundle in silver from Scribble Prints Co. And yeah, we're just going to change it up a little bit because I've used it a bit recently. But I really do like it as a foil bundle. It's really cute. And yeah, so we're going to get underway the usual bottom, the bottom washi. I'm like, why did I say bottom? I was going to say usual base. But it's because I was looking at bottom washi. So we had to say the word bottom a billion times. Every now and then I really like to make the top strip of the washi the patterned. So I did that, and then I think the confetti, you won't see it in this lighting. I've had my lighting facing downwards for a while. It does make a lot of glare though, but I was like, it's much brighter. But I've decided just to put it back to where it was. It's actually now my lights are facing up and bouncing back off of the white wall behind it, which I think shows the foil a lot better. So whatever, it works out. You will see when we start planning day by day is when I've moved the lights back, so you'll be able to see the foil a bit better soon. But I like how the confetti bottom washies to show up on solid dark washi. So that's why I switched those around, because I know we usually do the sort of bow part on the extra plain solid washi, and then the pattern is usually confetti, but sometimes I like it the opposite way. And this week we are not color blocking, and next week we're back to color blocking. Is that what it's saying? I actually, I know plenty of people think color blocking is much harder, but I find color blocking way more mindless. I don't have to think about it at all. I just pick from the colors that I have that I'm using, and that's it. The labels speak for themselves, whereas when you mix them up, you have to really think about what you're doing. And I was and I don't know if I 100% love the way it looks anymore. I feel like it looks, I don't know, for me personally, I like other people's spreads, however they do them, whatever way that they want to do them. But for me, the non-color block just felt kind of chaotic. And maybe I'm just enjoying the what is it? I'm just enjoying sort of it just feels really calming to have each column the same across the board. And I feel like because the character stickers really make it a bit more busy as well. So I feel like that balances that out. I don't know. It's just how I've been feeling lately with my planning. So I've gone back to color blocking for this week. Maybe we'll try some more mixed spreads again, but I don't know. I was really enjoying it this time. Going back to it after this spread, because I was just my brain hurts after I finished it. Just trying to get it done. But I think the spread still turns out really nice. And I liked putting in these different header covers. So they still have autumn leaves, but they also have little pumpkins. So it changes it up and also goes with the theme of the spread. So, anything big happened this week? We kind of started the more spooky season at the end of the week as well and during the week, because we finally watched What We Do in the Shadows TV show. So I really do love the film, and also we watched the premiere of the very first season, like the first episode of What We Do in the Shadows TV show back when it came out, like literally the week that it came out. And we do this a lot with shows where we watch the first episode and we're like, that's cool, but then we never watch anything else, and then we go back to it and binge like 3 seasons, because it's currently airing its 3rd season right now. And we did this with Lucifer, actually. We watched the very first episode and we're like, yeah, it was alright, and then we just watch all this other stuff that it's hard to keep up with weekly shows half the time. So anyway, finally I was like, you know what, I really want to watch this because Matt Berry, who plays Laszlo, is one of my all-time favorite people in TV and film. I've always loved Matt Berry. Like IT Crowd. Where did I first see Matt Berry? Maybe it was IT Crowd, and then we watched Snuff Box, which is really hard to find, but I highly recommend Snuff Box. It's really weird. It's like the epitome of Matt Berry humor. It's so strange. But then obviously you also have Toast of London and What We Do in the Shadows. I love Matt Berry and his voice. He's just amazing. So we finally watched this show, and we caught up to the current episode this week, and it's so good. I just love also Nandor and Nadia, just the 3 of them, and Colin Robinson, the 4 of them. I know people love Guillermo, but I could give or take Guillermo, I'll be honest. I love the vampires the most, and I love them way more than the film, actually. I enjoyed the film, but I feel like, I don't know, I like these vampires a bit more than the ones in the film. They're all brilliant. And I've just been really enjoying that this week. And then we also, Midnight Mass came out on Friday, so we binged that. We watched 2 episodes on Friday night, and then we watched all the rest on Saturday, binged the whole show. It's only 7 episodes, and it was so good. I really enjoyed The Haunting of Bly Manor and Hill House before that, although Hill House is way scarier than either Bly Manor or Midnight Mass, which I'm a scaredy cat, so I think Midnight Mass is probably the least scariest, because there aren't ghosts. I find ghosts are the scariest thing to me, other than zombies. But I don't want to spoil anything about Midnight Mass. If you're interested in watching it, it's only 7 episodes. It's a slow burn. It's very understated, as Netflix states, and I don't think it's like outright scary, like nightmare inducing. I just think it's like really good, disturbing horror with other discussions of like religion and grief and alcoholism and all those kind of things. I think it's really cool, and if you're interested in watching it, I would watch it soon before any of these spoilers come out, because I literally had no idea what this was about, except that it's a small island town and there's a Catholic priest and a parish. And that was all I really knew about the show, and it was so good that way, because I was like, what the heck? Like, I had no idea the stuff that was coming. It was really good that way. So I highly recommend Midnight Mass, especially if you're like interested in horror stuff, but you're a scaredy cat. I don't think it's that scary. Like, there were jump scares, but I don't think they were like freaky. I'm just doing the scream. The freaky jump scares. I think they're more like, oh, what was that? What the heck? I wasn't like, oh my god, that just scared the heck out of me. So I really enjoyed that. It's more like horror themes rather than straight up like oogly booglies. But it's still like, whoa, that was messed up. I will say there is animal death in the show, as well as human death, obviously. but they clearly, I feel like they actually clearly look like puppets, or like plushies, so it's not so bad in the moment, but that is part of the horror, you know, the animal death. So you see here, I'm just working on Monday. I can't believe I was able to peel up both that iPad sticker from Scribble Prints Co and the draw script from Ice Cream Joe. I was able to peel them up perfectly to make that box smaller, so I was happy with that. And I'm just I use a Hello Petite paper coffee cup from her Halloween set, and letters to Polo Coffee Monday. And then Adorably Amy Designs sticker hole, custom tiny text, and a Clever Gal Craft heart to mark my videos as per usual. Then a Happy Blue Tree fridge to mark that we cleaned the kitchen. And that day we used SBC Noodle Doodle to mark that we got fat ramen that day, favorite ramen place. And then I just used a little TV foil doodle from SBC to mark that we watched AB Bio. They've been releasing on HBO Nordic, and the release has been messed up. Like, we're like, oh, we've already watched this episode before, but then we found out that we watched it like 2 weeks ago, but that was actually supposed to be a different episode, so it was properly released this week. So we had to go back, and they had fixed it since we had watched it, so we had to go back and watch the episode we missed. I don't know, it's been weird. I don't know what HBO Nordic is doing. And then I just used a Papershire little camera to mark filming and the SBC script. And a Fox and Cactus little headphones girl to mark listening to my audiobook of Marcel Proust's Swan's Way, which I finished on Saturday. I was so proud of myself. I actually started reading Swan's Way in 2014 for a uni class. It wasn't an English class, actually. It was a European Studies minor course on the great texts of Western civilization. That was called. And it was the last book of the course, Swan's Way. So I started reading it, and I usually always finish the novels. I always read what I did in English or literature classes, because I'm like, well, why bother doing these classes and paying for them if I'm not going to read the whole books? So many of my classmates just did Spark Notes, and I just didn't understand. I'm like, hello, I'm getting time to read books here, but there's so many other good books, and I actually wrote my essay on another book, The Red and the Black, in that course, and that was like a 600-page book. So I just didn't end up having time to finish Swan's Way. I did finish the Madeline, what do they call it? Like the Madeline event, or memory, which is like considered the most famous, which is funny because it's the first part of the book. But yeah, I never got to finish it. And then of course I started my honors thesis and my PhD, so I just didn't have time to read it. And so I started again as an audiobook because it's been working for me, and I decided just to restart from the beginning, so it's taking a bit longer, but it was worth it. Yeah, anyway, I didn't go through what happened on Tuesday at all. Let me go back. Okay, we didn't miss anything special on Tuesday. Just annoyed at myself. I'm watching a lot of Curtis Connor videos as per usual and getting delivery food. But yeah, I will say Swan's Way, at least reading the first book, I think was worth it. It is, well, the first volume, it's technically 7 volumes long in the one book called In Search of Lost Time. And I think the audiobook was really worth it. The one narrated by Neville Jason, if you see it on audiobook or Audible if you're interested. I highly recommend that one. He does it so well. And yeah, it's very, very beautiful. And in fact, the final monologue on the final episode of Midnight Mass, the way it was written made me think of Proust in Swan's Way, like the philosophical, beautiful description. You know, it matched Proust a lot, so I enjoyed it in that sense. But it was also like Swan's Way has also got tons of humor in it, as well as just philosophy, art, memory, loss of innocence through aging and things like that in remembrance. But there's also a lot of humor, which always made me laugh, and a lot of like weird things to say that's very French, I feel. There's one part where it says, she said my Christian name, because I feel like in that, like, this is sort of set pre-1920s, like end of the 1800s, especially when the narrator is young. And he says, like, she said my Christian name, which it made me feel like I was being held in her mouth, naked. I was like, okay. Naked in her mouth. But that was pretty funny. And I really enjoyed the parts that were about Swan. I also love the narrator, but yeah, they're really fun and interesting, and a look at sort of French society at the time. And Wednesday, back to what we're talking, the plan with me. Wednesday, it was Hobbit Day, so that the 22nd of September is Frodo and Bilbo's birthdays in the book. So I put in Hobbit Day with little Frodo from Papershire. And we also watched more of What We Do in the Shadows. I think that's when we started. So I used like vampire stickers all week. And then we did a sausage tray bake, which was really tasty. We used Nürnberger sausages. So they're like small sausages. If you've ever been to Nuremberg during Christmas time, they have like these really good sausages. Anyway, you could buy them here, and they're probably the tastiest sausages we've bought here, because they don't have like English style sausages here. Anyway, I digress. We did a tray bake of those with like roast vegetables, onion, potatoes, carrots, parsnips, and then you kind of pre-roast those, then you put sausages on top, and you start roasting those in the oven, and then you add a marmalade. And we decided to pick up this cherry marmalade, which is a Greek product, instead of orange marmalade. And then you just put the marmalade on top, and then you do a final bake of it, and it is so tasty. Oh my god. And we put like tons of the marmalade on this time, and it was so cherry. Ugh, delicious. So that's what we were doing. And then Thursday, my plan with me went up that day. I decided just to swap the videos, the whole and the plan with me up, just so I had time to do the voiceover, because I don't always feel like doing it on Monday mornings. And continuing to draw, and then I finished that custom that day. So I sent the files, and this custom was my first September custom, so I'm still behind, but like getting caught up. I think I will finish my final September customs probably this week, so like by the 3rd of October hopefully. But then I've only got like 2 customs for October, so I think I'll be all good in October. It'll be really good, especially because it's my birthday month, and I would like to take some of my birthday week off. That saying, I pretty much did no drawing from Friday through Sunday, so I pretty much took a 3-day weekend then. But when you gotta rest, you know, and that's why I've been getting behind, because I do take those rest days, but I just have to, like, I physically have to, because drawing is very weirdly physical. But anyway, you wouldn't think so, but it gets a bit exhausting. And then I just put in laundry, and I love that little detergent sticker from SBC. It's so cute, and we really felt like steak that night, so we ordered from this place that we hadn't before, Manhattan Steakhouse, which I think is just a chain here. But they had really tasty steaks. Oh, delicious. Mwah. And I got béarnaise, and I got fried potatoes, which are basically like home fries. So good. And it came with vegetables too, which is nice. That was a good steak. And then just more Swan's Way, I think, at the bottom. No, What We Do in the Shadows. I just used like a little death sticker there because I felt like it matched with their over-the-topness. And then on Friday we did that big watch. Foundation also started on Apple TV, and we've been excited for this because we love Jared Harris and we love Lee Pace and also love sci-fi, and this is like a sci-fi by Isaac Asimov, although they changed a lot for the show. But I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I thought it was really interesting. So I'm looking forward to watching more of that. And then of course we watched 2 episodes of Midnight Mass, and we caught up with the new episode of Ted Lasso, and I just decided to put that in the checklist. I thought that looked perfect, and I made sure to fill it out so I could fit in that little sticker that the coloring is perfect from Once More With Love. And then that night, Thursday night, Friday morning was the Nintendo Direct, and they announced that there was going to be Brewster coming back to Animal Crossing and also an Animal Crossing Direct coming in October, so I had to mark that with a little boo from Paper and Milk. So exciting! I can't wait to see the updates and to interact with Brewster again in the Roost. And we got burritos that day from Tortilla House. And then I just did some filming for my videos, picking out October kits or Halloween kits, and also the October monthly, which you'll see the rest of this week if you're watching this when it goes up. Those will be up on Wednesday and Friday. So 3 videos from me this week, very exciting. And then I think it was just Swan's Way at the bottom, but we will see again. But now I'm caught up, yes. But yeah. One of the best things about Midnight Mass was obviously Raoul Coley. I love him. He was also in Bly Manor as Owen, which love Owen as well. But I first saw him, I think it was his first real like big role, was in iZombie, and he was so good in that too. I just love him, and I'm so glad he's doing well. And then Saturday we had run out of milk, so we ordered Starbucks for morning coffee, and we finished all of Midnight Mass that day. So I just did a cool bloody videotape, which is an old Halloween deco from SBC, not last year but the year before maybe. I still have some, so I thought that'd be fun to put in. And then another vampire sticker, this time from Fox and Cactus, for What We Do in the Shadows. And that film, the planner I put, the cloud for the film, is from Bare Necessities Co, and that burrito is from Hazel Sticker. Yeah, I'm getting all the stickers in this time, you guys. Can you believe it? The autumn laptop was from Papershire. And then I just used a SBC doodle of a trash bag because we took some recycling out to the big recycling room. We had torn up a lot of our boxes from like IKEA and stuff. I put them in some big shopping bags, and we carted them down to the big recycling room to get rid of our cardboard and our glass and metal, so it can go get recycled because we can't do that in our building. And so there's like a shared recycling room in this area. And then we did sort of a walk, and it was on the way to Verkaup where Locke picked up some speakers, and we got Pandemic Legacy board game as well. And I picked up some mail from Plannerface that was at the post office there. So it was a great little walk outside in the cold, like an autumn walk. And then we got delivery chicken wings that night from Henry's Pub. Henry's Pub is like a pretty big, like these are where the best wings are in Helsinki, and they're like a very central, like iconic place. And I had never had Henry's Pub before, so finally tried them, and it was delicious. So good and so saucy. And I told Andrea, and she likes extra wet wings, and I was like, these were extra wet. I thought of you, Andrea, because just food is synonymous with Andrea. And like when I had that steak, I was like, Andrea, she loves steak. But yeah, so we had wings that night. It was delicious. And I finished Swan's Way that night. So good. I do want to read the rest of them, so hopefully soon. I haven't decided on what I want to read next, but I have one book left on my Goodreads reading challenge. Although it was a bit of a cheat because I selected 10 books, and Lord of the Rings, technically each book is 2, although my Return of the King only... So when I put in Fellowship and Two Towers, both of them came out to 2 books, so they ended up being 4. And then my Return of the King, even though it's 2 books, came out as 1 book. So technically my 5 of my 10 this year are Lord of the Rings, but I'll take it. I'll take the win. But I need to do 1 more book for my Goodreads challenge, but otherwise, yeah. And then I do want to get started on the next Swan's Way. Although this one's called, well, this is old, it's called In the Budding Grove. But the next volume. Yeah, so I haven't decided yet. I need to spend an Audible credit to get the next book. So, and then Sunday I made a pancake breakfast. I made pancakes, bacon, eggs, so literally just like that sticker from Bare Necessities Co. So it was perfect. And then we finished up What We Do in the Shadows to the newest episode. I just had a lazy AF day, so I used that Papershire little ghost. And the lazy AF script from Letters to Apollo, just for having a lazy day. And we also got McDonald's after lunch because we really wanted milkshakes, so I just used a Papershire bun and bag with milkshakes. It looks like milkshakes or drinks. And we cooked chicken noodle soup that night, which is delicious. And then we started watching the 2nd season of Doom Patrol, which I highly recommend Doom Patrol if you're after something different and high quality in superhero shows. Doom Patrol is a DC show, but it shows you like the weirdest characters and stories of DC, and I feel like it should have way more attention than the Marvel shows because it's so good, especially with its discussion of trauma and identity and weirdness and sexuality and just mental health. It is so good. But anyway, they just started on a 3rd season and we're just catching up because we watched the 1st season and then TV kind of like went to the wayside for us. But I love Doom Patrol and it stars Brendan Fraser, so there you go. We have the finished spread here, and it's beautiful, so shiny, and getting super Halloweeny now, so I'm very excited. But if you like this, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I have 2 more videos, as I said, coming out this week, and we'll have another mini haul coming out next week. Very exciting. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful week and a start of October, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Bye.